Welcome, everybody, to another fantastic Monday morning. This is the Game Lounge, and I'm your host, Retrozilla. Had Cobra Kai today. We've got some wrestling today. Got, let's see, I got another project I've been working on, so I'm going to share that with you guys. But what happened Friday? I think we know what happened Friday. And that was the 2-episode premiere of Wandavision that I was really excited about. And we're going to talk about that today too. So without further ado, let's get to the news. Alright, here we go. Let's jump right into episode 4 of Cobra Kai. Which really saddened me right at the beginning. Because I really like Karate Kid Part 2. I've been to Okinawa. So Karate Kid 2 got a little special place in my heart. So it starts off with Daniel. He's getting rejected by Dayona because they don't want the bad press. So now he's got to find another way to save the dealership. Well, he's at a bar having a drink, and he sees a commercial on TV for Okinawa, and the bartender was like, maybe there's a way you can still talk to your friend. And then the commercial comes on, said Okinawa, and there's a Cobra Kai logo, and we're in the episode. So now he flies to Okinawa. He's going to go try and figure things out. He's going to go to Tomi Village. Well, he hits the old taxi, the old honcho up, and hits it on the Tomi Village. But to his surprise, and I was saddened, that Tomi Village is now a shopping mall, pretty much. Sato turned into a shopping mall. But that's what the villagers want. This was, I guess, the only way for them to save their village was to turn it into this, have people have jobs, and yeah, it was kind of sad because I really kind of missed that village. It was a nice, peaceful place, but as things evolve, we all know can't stay the same. Economics, whatever. So, I mean, at least the villagers are happy. They're making money. They've got places to stay. It's cool with them, but all in all, it was a sad sight to see the old Tomi Village go. But within Tomi Village, there was still a memory of the past. And the memory of the past I'm talking about is Kumiko. Kumiko was there on stage with her dance students. She's been traveling the world doing her dance thing, and now she come back to Okinawa and train some kids. So, I mean, Tomi Village might be gone, but we still had a little bit of the Karate Kid 2 from the past. So that was pretty awesome. And they get to talking about stuff and about Daniel. His kind of world's been upside down, and she's like, well, let's go hang out and maybe I can help you out. So they went and hung out, and I think it was her aunt's house. She left it to Kumiko, and they're talking about stuff, and she pulls out the letters, and there was a letter written to her aunt from Mr. Miyagi the week before he died, and it was about how, let's see, I'll just go ahead and read it. Talked about journey and what Dano and his family meant to him, helping him. His one-time pupil realized that people around us are not abstract signs, and not some abstract signs guide us back to the correct path. And just kind of clicked with Daniel, and he's like, I know what I need to do. So that was the end of that scene. So then we head back to the stateside. Before I say anything else, I really enjoyed the Japanese visit. That really was kind of cool, and I'm glad they kind of did it the right way, and it wasn't just like, oh yeah, here's Okinawa, and we're just throwing it at you. I like how they did it the right way, and it was kind of nice and nostalgic, and it felt good. So that's why I love the show. The Cobra Kai is pretty awesome. But okay, let's go back to the state side. Cobra Kai and Miyagi-Do are still battling each other. Miyagi-Do is still getting blamed, and Cobra Kai is being snakes and kind of, putting the blame on them. But Miyagi-Do had a little plan of their own. They were on the soccer field, and Sam was like, we can kind of throw them a little physical activity and maybe get away with it. And I'm kind of paraphrasing, But Cobra Kai and Miyagi-Do was kind of like battling it out on the soccer field, and then everything goes down because it turned into from, maybe hiding a little physical activity to it's all full-blown, almost a karate fight on the field. So they got in trouble, and they all went to the principal's office, and once again, Miyagi-Do gets blamed for some bullshit again, and that's how that went down. And Sam just can't take it anymore, and she bolts out of school and said, "This school sucks." A nice little nod back to Karate Kid 1 when her dad said that, and he got kind of beat up on the soccer field as well. The nice little Easter egg tidbits in the show is outstanding. It's not overbearing. It's not like, okay, here's Karate Kid 1, we know the movies. If you watch it, we know. And it's not like, okay, let's just do the whole blah, 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 and there you are, there's Karate Kid 1 Easter eggs in the whole first season or something. No, they're strategically placed, and it's really nice, and it's not overbearing, and it's like, yeah, it's just like a reflection, more of, here's the full course meal. And they just do the show right. It's just awesome. So that's how that went. And then Johnny's been trying to get in touch with Robbie since he missed the meeting with him the first time when he sent Bobby there to try and set up a new one. But that was because Johnny got kind of caught up at the hospital with Miguel's family, and grandma, you can't turn down grandma, so he got kind of stuck there praying with grandma and the family. But he finds Robbie. He's doing work release or community service, whatever you want to call it. And he meets up with Robbie there. They kind of get to talking there for a little bit, and then Johnny and his dumb ass sometimes just kind of throw in there that, oh, I got stuck at the hospital with Miguel, and Robbie's like, oh, you stupid idiot, pretty much. You kind of put me to the side again, and Robbie's like, well, screw you and get the hell out of my life, pretty much. And that's how that went down. And then we got our big, ending to the episode. Shock, surprise, if you want to call it, even though we already knew he was coming. But we got Chosen. And Chosen is there. Shock Daniel. Chosen still with that mean villainous face. And that was pretty much the end of the episode, because you really don't know what's going to happen. And that was a nice way to do the cliffhanger or the ending. So that was Cobra Kai. It should be season 4 or episode 4. I don't know why I put episode 3 up there. But this was episode 4. All in all, this is probably my second favorite episode of the season. So, good episode, good series. We're almost to the finale. We're almost there. Can't wait. So, Cobra Kai, season 3. All right, then we'll just go ahead and roll into the main event. If you guys like wrestling, this is a great time to get into wrestling. Or if you like wrestling, it's awesome. If you don't like wrestling, this is a great time to get in wrestling, because we got AEW, and they really just kind of like knocking it out of the park. Last week we talked about the Triple H Randy Orton main event, and that was just straight up shit. Okay? There was probably at least 3 to 4 matches on the AEW card that just blew WWE out of the water. You had the women's match, Serena Deeb, and man, I can't even pronounce her name because it's such a weird spelling of a name. But that match was great. The whole Monday Night Raw card was kind of shit anyway. So anyway, we're just talking about the main event today. The AEW card for Wednesday night. Go watch that. They got like 4 good matches on that bitch. I'm telling you. So go watch that one. But anyway, we're going to talk about the main event, which is Darby Allin and Brian Cage. This was actually, you would think, Darby weighing like 170 and Brian Cage weighing like 250 is just going to be like a total destruction. But it turned out pretty good. And it was actually a good match. Darby started off strong, quick and fast for like the first minute and a half, and then, as we all thought, Brian Cage just was going to beat the shit out of him the whole match. But I have to give it to Darby Allin. This dude is tougher than fuck. Like, he's tough as nails. He took a great beating. It's crazy how much of a beating this dude took. He got tossed through a table from the ring. Like, Brian Cage threw him like 8 feet to a table. Darby takes a monumental amount of punishment and kicks out of pins at 1 count. It's like, this dude is kicking out of 1 counts, dude. Just, Brian Cage couldn't put enough, pain to this guy. Just beat the shit out of him, and he's still kicking out. Darby does a coffin drop off the top rope to the steel steps. That was a little bit of a turning point to where it'd be more momentum towards Darby. Darby started, building up some momentum and kind of started beating on Cage a little bit. And then that's all I'm going to give you. I'm not going to give you the whole match. I feel if I give you too much of the match, then you don't want to go watch it. But there's a nice little surprise at the end. So this was a hell of a match. Another good AEW match. I'm telling you. Go watch AEW. They are the shit. WWE anymore is either hit or miss. So if you want good wrestling, go hit up AEW. They got their shit together. So there you go. Go watch the title match, man. And ladies, everybody, good shit. Alright, WandaVision. Now this, we all knew this was going to be an obscure, weird kind of show. But we all wanted to watch it. Now, I'm that person who's seen all these old television shows, everything from Leave It to Beaver, Dick Van Dyke, all of them. So it was a nice little nostalgia ride through the decades on these first 2 episodes. So the first episode was kind of like Dick Van Dyke, I Love Lucy, Leave It to Beaver kind of era, where it's just all black and white and, kind of homely, family-orientated kind of thing. And then, then the second episode, it was more depicting Bewitched and the Hogan Heroes era between the late 50s and 60s, to where the show would start off black and white, but then they got the technology to where they switched to color television. So it was a nice little, nod to the decades of where everything's getting transitioned forward. So with that said, I mean, there's not a whole lot going on in the show per se, except for it's just like depicting a couple of sitcoms from each era. But I mean, they're kind of building up to what's going on. So we all kind of wondering who's doing this. Where's Wanda? Who's trying to do this to Wanda? What's going on? Is it another Hydra thing? Is it a different villain? What's going on with Wanda, and why are they trying to do this to Wanda at all? What are they trying to accomplish? What is their mission? What's their goal? What's going on, and what are we going to find out? That's what I'm excited to see about this whole television show, is how it's going to mix in with the rest of the MCU, and how is Wanda going to evolve throughout the series, and see if her powers get even stronger, like we've all wanted it to be, even though we seen her pretty much kill Thanos in Endgame by herself. But yeah. Uh, like I said, who's doing this to Wanda? Like, is it Hydra? I think Hydra is totally out of the picture at this point. Um, I just don't know who it could be. I mean, what villain is it? Could it be? Could they throw in some weird scroll stuff? Like, I just don't know. So it's gonna be fun to see who's doing this to Wanda. Uh, like I said, the show's pretty cool because I used to watch all these shows back in the day, and I mean, the show's just basic sitcom with a little mystery to it, especially in episode 2 when you see the guy come out of the sewer, and then she's like, "Who are you? Who are you?" Kind of like in a program when it gets updated or something, and that's kind of like what happened. Like I don't know, like it just got updated, and she noticed the update instead of it getting updated in the background and you don't really notice it. She noticed the update, and that's when the programmer kind of rewound and did the color scheme at the end of episode 2. So that was kind of a cool little thing. And then, like I said before, I'm kind of excited to see where it's gonna go. Like we're 2 episodes in, and I think we're like got 6 episodes left because it's like an 8-episode series. So it's gonna be kind of cool to see where it goes. And then I think they nodded to an older version of the little girl in what was it, Captain Marvel. She's gonna take the reins as Captain Marvel at some point, I think. I don't know. I mean, you don't really know that in the show, but everybody reads the IMDb pages and whatever, and figure out what they're playing in the cast list. But I mean, you don't know that in the show. That doesn't really tell you anything, so it's whatever. But I mean, all in all, I enjoyed the first 2 episodes. They were pretty good. I didn't mind them at all. But it's the mystery, I think. It's will keep you watching the show. And the nostalgia factor of, hey, I remember Dick Van Dyke, or remember I Love Lucy, so it's kind of cool to see that kind of thing. So, all in all, yeah, that's WandaVision 1 and 2. So, go watch it. It's a pretty, charming little show. And that's WandaVision. Go check it out. All right, next up on the docket is the other side project I've been working on. It's me and 4 other guys. It's our sports podcast. We're debating the 50 greatest players in NBA history. We've all got our own. We made our own 50 greatest players list. We took 10 of the best players from each position: center, power forward, guard, and point guard. We all comprise a list. We take each player we take 1 player each episode. There's been a couple episodes where we do 2 players just because we try to, because there's, like, my list, I have 9 players that nobody has, so we kind of got to double it up so we can get down the list a little bit, because I think there's like 69 players altogether. But anyway, we debate the 50th greatest players in NBA history. We take a player episode or 2. We debate that player, and yeah, we're just kind of having fun with it. We're on Spotify, we're on Amazon Music, we're on Apple Podcasts. Come check us out. It's pretty cool. We have 2 episodes out right now. One's the first main episode is Kawhi Leonard. We debate Kawhi Leonard on the first episode, so that one's out. And then we did a episode last night where we posted. It's about the James Harden trade. and how that kind of reflects the NBA and the Rockets and everybody else. So this is my other side project I've been working on. Come check us out. It's Alex, the mastermind, Wade, myself, Doug, and Drew. If you like basketball, it's worth a listen. Come check us out. So there we are. And let's get to the affiliates, and then we'll get back to the gameplay. Raz Energy. 0 sugar, 0 carb energy drink, none of that midday crash. It's a constant flow of energy to get you through your workout or your stream. Go to repsports.com, put in my code RetroZilla, and you'll get 15% off your order. Like I say every stream, you don't have to buy anything. Just go check it out. If you go check it out, you might be interested. You'll be like, hey, that's a good deal. I'm going to try that and get it. I mean, it's no sugar, no crash. Excuse me. Just get you through your day. Constant flow of energy, guys. Just go check it out and give it a shot. Then we've got No Name Nerd. Custom gaming gear for all gamers. From jerseys to hat to face masks. I mean, we do have a pandemic going on, guys, so we need to mask up. So go to nonamedurn.com, get fitted for success for your gaming team, get some jerseys, just get hype. Go to nonamedurn.com, put in code retro_zilla and get 10% off your order. Also, guys, you don't have to order anything. Go check it out. And then when you go check stuff out, you'll be like, hey, I might need that. And you'll be thanking me later. So go check out nonamenerd.com and come back and thanks me. So that is the news for the day.